this might be redundant, but can you define what empowerment is and why it is so essential?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like I had the privilege of going through school and graduating from high school and going on to college. And I had an interesting outlook because I was able to go to downtown Chicago and go to a private art school. And it was interesting because, I was a Chicano student at a predominantly white school, and I was making friends with other minorities, and all these people are artists, and art is very powerful in the way that it could, you know, um, create inspiration out of very little. It brings it down to the thought and the colors and the perspective and the people's imagination, the observer. Um, so for me, art was powerful and a powerful thing to study. And using tools to create images um, is, very, it's old. It's an ancient idea, and that's how we were telling stories, around fires and at the beginning of our civilization, and that's how we learned. That's how talked to each other. We didn't have a whole so many words, but we had, images, and we had signals. We did have, sounds to communicate. We did have drums to communicate. That translated into building communities, um, and turning into mobile communities and different tribes and people. So art and communication to me are like hand in hand in to learn about those things is like how to communicate to the world. And the world is an infinite opportunity of people. There's so many people and connections out in the world that if you could create something that someone could see, someone could resonate with, and someone could be inspired by, that itself could have an infinite opportunity or infinite exploration. It's like the big boom. It's creating of something that creates an infinite amount of things. So to me, empowerment is, first of all, knowledge. You obtain these ideas and you use them as tools to prolong your life. And in doing so, you could build something and harness something that could um, feed your families, that could, feed your children and have them grow to have their children. So, and, me going to art school, me learning about different artists, I gained a lot of skill and a lot of imagination, you know? So for me, imagination and knowledge, when used properly, could be very powerful. And when you gain knowledge about like politics and how that works, and law and how those work, it's, you could protect yourself by knowing what people can and cannot do against you, and how being empowered is your right as a human being. No one should be illegal anywhere they stand. But these are things we're trying to teach our people. There's different people that know law, lawyers. There's different people that will help you if you do get into some sort of legal trouble. So we're just trying to be like liaison to people who either have gotten into trouble, are going down that way, or youth, that could be easily swayed into like either joining gang or going to school and doing really good and following their own path. So it's it's influence also. So once you put all these things together and you learn about yourself, it's it's this empowerment that you have over yourself and the world around you. So in empowering yourself, you become a better, greater presence, and you could teach the people around you. So when you teach people around you, that builds your community of empowered people. And that right there is the great basis to a great pyramid of success for you and your people. So that foundation of empowerment could be of great benefit to you and your family, you and your neighbors, your community, your town, your city, you know, your country. So it's if we build on these great foundations, we could build a greater civilization for you and I, our children, their children, and so on.
What do you think has been your biggest successes in Lake County to empower community members?
Let's see, our biggest, I think it would still have to be the working with Waukegan schools. We did have a number of events with Waukegan schools, but the Resolution Act, which did help, nice ICE not come on the premises of Waukegan schools. I feel like that was still like our biggest win or our biggest you know help. I think that's how we impacted. That's how we feel we impacted the best. We're trying to do a lot. I just can't like name things off without sounding, wild or whatever. But we're trying to do a lot for the our town, our city, our community, our state. As far as like law and stuff goes. Um, we're trying to collaborate with other cities also. So we're trying to do big things and get the youth involved. Have a lot of big art projects here locally. Um, yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff over the summer involving art in the community. So that's me and my background. So I want to bring that forth to the organization, and um, yeah, because that's me, and that's just what I love. And I love bringing art and that knowledge to young kids and have them get all excited about it, and take it home, show their parents. um it's that to me is like the greatest thing, because like growing up I was like, okay, cool, I'm an artist, and now what? For me it's like
Mm-hmm.
the lifelong goal is continue being an artist, but you know make a bunch of artists on the way. I think that to me is like, planting a bunch of seeds, and we're going to have a big old forest someday. So, then we could all be, a force to be reckoned with, and spread all over. That's just what I see in life, and that's what I want other people to see in life. And I feel like that, bringing that positive mental attitude to our community would be so empowering and impactful, and um, healing. I feel like a lot of us come from a lot of trauma because of different backgrounds or personal stories. So we have to heal some way, and I feel like art is very therapeutic. And some of us have deep cuts from other things, and we even have like multi-generational trauma from people immigrating here from other countries and having those backstories. So it's good to heal that, you know put it on paper, either in writing or in painting or drawing, uh poetry, whatever it is. It's healing to the soul, healing to the individual, and healing for the community overall, because once someone can get over something, anyone could learn that and teach that and help others heal from whatever they need to be healed from. So it's that empowering that becomes healing, that becomes empowering. So it's just nurturing to the sense of, what can we do for ourselves that we could transit into our community. So it's very individualistic that becomes very whole.